What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Church Bubble. Another day, another video. I want to talk to you today about the baby formula shortage and kind of what I think about this. I think I have a much different perspective on it, just with my business background and pastoral background. And I want to tell you why most pastors are not going to mention this. And I feel like the fact that baby formula is so impactful is another clear cut macro level sign that we have, I want to say our leaders or we or us or all of us or whatever. And that's why we're doing this, guys. We're not just doing this to be a complaining, channel. And I know those go really big nowadays. But the fact that this is an issue is because of us. We don't life coach. We don't teach people how to live, how to think about motherhood, how to think about their baby, how to think about nutrition, how to think about family properly. We don't teach these things. We won't talk about it. And that is exactly why this shortage is a major indication that there is a real issue in the world in terms of supply chain, in terms of our mental health, on how we think about real things like nurturing children. And we still have nothing to say. It's crazy to me that just most pastors out there don't have anything to say about this. They will continue to preach over and over. If you get lucky, okay, somebody's telling me this, they're like, if you get lucky, we'll hear a pastor talk about it when they pray, before or after. We might mention it in the announcements or something like that. But the idea that we would actually teach and equip women on the actual issue at hand here, which is that, number one, God made your body to be the best, most natural, most healthy way to raise a child. And there is nothing, there is no formula, there is no powder. Bill Gates is working on a potion formula that's supposed to be some magical replacement of mother's milk. Guys, there is nothing that could be further from the truth than this idea that we need baby formula. But yet, here we are as Christians, and we're all caught up in this. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, guys, is, you know, these are things that we should have been teaching and life coaching and having more people in the church put out content, put out their ideas, put out their thoughts, put out what the Bible says about this for the last 20 years. There should be so much content out there on child rearing and, books and podcasts and hundreds of thousands, millions of YouTube channels. There should be so much of this content. YouTube can't censor it, because it would be denying 100 million, 180 million people who call themselves a Christian in America. But yet we say nothing. We preach nothing about it. And then our entire congregation, all of our people, all of our following, everybody, pastors, ministers, leaders, priests, well, not priests, right? But well, actually, there's some priests can get married, by the way. Not many, but some can. But you know what I'm saying? Like, in all Christian faith and sex and all that stuff, we've said nothing. And yet and then we come to, of all things, a baby formula shortage. Guys, this problem is a problem because we have not spoken the truth. And now, because we have no power, or we think we don't, we actually do. We seriously do, but we think we don't. And you might be going, "Oh no, my pastor says he has the power of Jesus." Well, if he does, then why doesn't he or she speak power to truth? I'm sorry, speak truth to power. Sorry, it's late, guys. It's almost midnight. But why? The reason they don't say anything is sad, because they're afraid. Because of politics, they're afraid. They built their churches on making money, and this kind of a topic will not make money. This kind of a topic might offend 20, 30, 50% of people, because people have jobs now and all this stuff, and they're not into it. And also, guys, here's another cultural thing. We talk about, pastors get up on stage, oh, we're impacting the culture, man. We're changing Dallas, we're changing Seattle, we're changing LA, we're transforming the city. But yet every single person, almost every single person, 98% of people um, are don't know what to think about breast milk. Um, and yeah, there's lactation consultants and all this stuff and really good books. There's the midwifery lactation consultants, I think, are the best ones. I mean, I went through 5 children, so I'm not a woman, obviously, but I know a lot about this just from my ex, talking about it quite a bit, and I did look it up quite a bit too, guys. It's crazy to me how, like, we talked maybe a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, about how when the devil gets desperate, he goes after the children. We talked about masks, vaccines. We talked about abortion, all those things, right? And then here's this. Just happens to be the first big shortage that hits the news. Just happens to be an attack on the children. You know, um, there's marketing out there, big time marketing that I've seen, where like Abbott and all these big baby food formula companies, they specifically market to in the subprime market. So I know a lot about this because I was a part of starting a cell phone company called Boost Mobile, and we specifically marketed to subprime. And that's when I first learned about subprime. Didn't even know what that was. We learned all about it, and we were super successful. And we so one of the companies that we were seeing their ads and kind of learning how to mimic their ads was baby formula companies. And this was in like 2008 or 2009 or something like that. And but I distinctly remember that now that there's a shortage, thinking, man, baby food formulas, of course they market to subprime, minority, poor neighborhoods, because those people are the most uneducated, and also they're the most impacted by culture, which we say we're changing. Your pastor swears to Jesus that he's changing, but we don't see it. You know what I'm saying? And so here's this culture uh, deeply impacting minority women, that they the music says that they got to have their bodies a certain way. They can't have sagging boobs. They can't. You know what I'm saying? Like we've over sexualized women's breasts to a point to where we don't even care what the Bible says. We don't even care what God says about it. We literally don't even care. And it kind of pisses me off, to be honest with you, that it's come this far, guys. That there are attacks on our children, that we literally have nothing to say, that most pastors have said nothing about the RV Wade thing. I'm going to be careful with the words here for the algorithm. That we have, all the this and the this on children, and all these things, guys, that have no empirical data about it. If anything, the data is in the middle, if anything, right? And pastors just are not hardly saying anything. And it's not only that, guys, but because we're 501c3s, we just, you can only go so far. And this is the problem, guys. And we have to step up. Those people who will listen, who will follow, who will follow some of the things that we talk about here, guys. We have to step up. We have to put that message out there. We have to begin speaking. We have to talk. We have to reply to Facebook forums. We have to reply to posts. We have to create posts. We have to say things. We have to share content like this, because I'm telling you guys, if we don't say anything, we are the front line. We are the last ones, guys. No one is going to say anything. Your pastor is not going to say anything, guys. He is so deep in the church bubble. I'm not saying that he can't have some efficiency or effectiveness, or he or she or whoever, and that he can't change some lives out there. I'm just saying, when it comes to real topics, real issues, real influence, there's nothing. You're not going to get anything from your church shield and the brand and the logo and all those ministries. They're going to say nothing about this. They have nothing to say. In fact, they probably don't even have this revelation. And so anyway, guys, it's a sad thing. It really started to upset me, and that's why I want to do a video. Like, it wasn't just upsetting, it was just like this righteous anger. I was just like, man, like, children are being attacked, the church is muzzled, the Lord hears their cries. What am I going to do about it? So that's my question to you today. What are you going to do about it? I encourage you to say something, talk to people. And when you hear people talking about it or whatever, if you can mention it to somebody or whatever, we all have to speak up at some point, guys. and stop thinking that somebody's just going to magically, some pastor's going to come riding over the hill on a white horse with this massive, congregation of pastors that are just going to be, you know, the trumpets call, here comes, David's song. I love church. I go to church. I love pastors, but I'm just telling you, it's not happening, guys. Anyway, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for hanging out. Every single day I'll be back here. Let me know what you think about this one. I think it's an interesting one. It's something that we all need to think and pray about and take action on. Talk soon.